The Little Lantern of Kindness. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling green hills, lived a kind-hearted boy named Omar. He was known for his bright smile and the little lantern he carried wherever he went. This lantern was special. It was a gift from his grandmother, who told him, "As long as you keep kindness in your heart, this lantern will always glow." One evening, as Omar walked through the village, he noticed an old man sitting by the road, looking tired and hungry. Omar quickly ran home, grabbed a loaf of bread and a jug of water, and brought them back to the man. As soon as the man took his first bite, Omar's lantern glowed even brighter. The old man smiled and said, "May Allah bless you, dear child." Omar felt happiness fill his heart. He realized that kindness and helping others were the true light in the world. From that day on, he made it his mission to share his warmth and kindness with everyone he met. One day, a storm hit the village, causing a power outage. The streets became dark, and many people felt afraid. Omar held his lantern high and walked through the village, guiding those who needed help. As he did, the lantern's glow spread like the light of faith, bringing hope to everyone around him. The villagers were amazed. "Omar, your lantern never fades," they said. Omar smiled and replied, "Because kindness and faith in Allah keep it shining." As Omar continued to help others, he often thought of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who was known for his beautiful character and immense kindness. Omar's grandmother had told him many stories of the Prophet's generosity, patience, and love for people. She once shared how the Prophet would always greet others with a smile, help the poor, and treat even those who were unkind to him with patience and compassion. One day, Omar met a boy named Bilal who was often teased by other children for being different. Remembering how the Prophet had always stood up for justice and kindness, Omar befriended Bilal and encouraged others to do the same. "The Prophet taught us that the best among us are those who are kind and just to others," he reminded them. Soon, the children realized their mistake and welcomed Bilal with open arms. Omar's acts of kindness didn't stop there. One day, he saw an elderly woman struggling to carry her groceries. Without hesitation, he ran to help her. The woman was so grateful that she invited Omar to her home and shared stories of her youth. She told him how the Prophet had always cared for the elderly and treated everyone with respect, regardless of their status or background. As time went on, Omar became known as the kindest boy in the village. He not only helped people but also encouraged others to do the same. His lantern became a symbol of kindness and faith, a reminder that even a small light could brighten the darkest of places. One night, as Omar lay in bed, his grandmother sat beside him and told him another story about the Prophet. She told him about the time the Prophet visited Taif, where he was treated harshly by the people. Despite their cruelty, he did not seek revenge. Instead, he prayed for them, hoping that one day they would find guidance. "This is the kind of patience and love we should all have in our hearts, my dear Omar," his grandmother said softly. Inspired by this, Omar decided to help someone who had wronged him. A boy named Kareem had once been unkind to Omar, but instead of being angry, Omar chose to be friendly. One day, Kareem fell and hurt his knee. Omar immediately rushed to help him, offering a bandage and a reassuring smile. Surprised by Omar's kindness, Kareem apologized for his past behavior, and they became friends. As the years passed, Omar's lantern continued to shine, not just because of its glow, but because of the love and kindness he spread. The villagers learned that even the smallest act of kindness, done with sincerity and love, could light up the world just as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, had taught through his example. One day, an important visitor came to the village, a wise scholar who had traveled far and wide. He heard about Omar and his glowing lantern and wanted to meet him. When he arrived, he asked Omar, "My dear boy, how is it that your lantern always shines so brightly?" Omar smiled and answered, "Because it is fueled by kindness, just as the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught us. When we help others, when we show love and patience, our hearts glow with the light of faith." The scholar was deeply moved. He stood up and addressed the villagers. "Let Omar's lantern be a lesson to us all. True light does not come from oil or fire. It comes from a heart filled with goodness. If we all follow the example of our beloved Prophet, our village will never be dark." From that day on, Omar's lantern became more than just a source of light. It became a symbol of faith, love, and kindness. People from other villages came to hear his story, and soon, the message of kindness spread far and wide. Moral of the story: just like Omar's lantern, our hearts shine the brightest when we fill them with kindness, faith, and love for others. Allah rewards those who do good, and even the smallest good deed can make the world a brighter place. The example of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, teaches us that true strength lies in patience, kindness, and standing up for what is right.